Today we'll be showing you how to make homemade sauce from scratch. Basically we use a ratio of 2 cans of tomato paste per 1 can of crushed tomatoes. So here you see we have an allotment of ingredients. We have 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, 4 cans of tomato paste. We're going to put 1 onion in because that's what we have in the fridge. Some salt, pepper, some garlic powder, and we will be putting in some basil with which we dried and grew this summer in the garden. So first we'll open the crushed tomatoes and then the paste, and we'll put them in a large saucepan. So you get all that into the large saucepan and stir it up real good, and you'll want to bring that up to a rolling boil and then lower it to a simmer. At that point you want to go ahead and put in whatever vegetables you have. You can use green peppers, onions, you can throw in spices at this point. Basil is good. Whatever you have. This is a large sauce, so whatever we don't use, we're going to put in a freezer bag, double freezer bags into the freezer, and then we have a nice sauce already made for the next meal. So there we go. Stir it up. We're going to let it simmer. We're going to go with a punch. We're going to use a punch of salt. There we go. 1 punch. 2 punches. Black pepper, and garlic powder. We don't have any fresh, so we're using what we have. Just a splash of olive oil for a little bit of flavor and texture. There we go. And some fresh or somewhat fresh basil that we grew from the garden and dried ourselves. We'll go ahead and put some tomato and basil in there. So there we go. Mix all that up. And again, bring her up to a slow boil. And then back down to a simmer, covered. I like to simmer it for about 2 hours. Again, you can add water to thin it out, or leave it thick, depending on taste. And here we have some pre-chopped onions. I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. And we're going to break the golden rule from, of course, the movie The Godfather. But don't put too many onions in the sauce. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Well, we're starting to get a rolling boil there. We'll lower it down and cover her. And we're going to let that simmer for a couple of hours. Let those onions and all the flavors mix. And we'll be back in a couple of hours to see how we're doing. So after a few hours of simmering, we have a nice thick sauce. The onions are soft, all the flavors are meshed, it tastes great, and ready for cooking. Thanks for watching.